Have you ever felt like you were stuck in a cycle of bothersome thoughts after being around a narcissist? It's like they become a part of your thoughts and stay there, weighing you down emotionally and mentally long after they're gone. When narcissists take advantage of your weaknesses, especially when they do it in a close way, it can feel like they've set chaos seeds that keep growing. The fact that this has to do with spiritual fighting, a fight not just for your peace, but for your soul, is truly scary. If you want to know why this kind of trickery is a form of spiritual warfare, watch this video. It goes into great detail about how narcissists can control their victims' thoughts and actions to the point of obsession, especially when it comes to sexuality. You'll not only be able to spot these tricks by the end, but you'll also learn how to get your power back and protect yourself from harm. Stay tuned as we break down this tricky and very personal subject. Please like this movie, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who could use this information before we start. We can bring attention to these hidden battles and give each other and ourselves the tools to break free if we work together. Let's start. Narcissists love being in charge, and the ways they do this often involve attacking the most vulnerable and sacred parts of your personality, like your sense of self-worth and your personal limits. They show their constant need for power in many ways, but one of the worst is when they get into your personal life and use real human relationship as a way to control you. Not only is this manipulation on the surface, it goes deep and shakes the very roots of how you see yourself. When it comes to close relationships, their toxic influence can get even worse and more invasive, making you question not only your actions and wants but also your morals and worth as a person. Sometimes this kind of emotional and mental abuse can make people have sexual obsessive-compulsive thinking, which is also known as sexual OCD. The confusion that these unwanted thoughts cause makes them worse and feeds into a cycle of doubt and self-blame. One question that might come up is why narcissists often go after sexuality and close relationships. The answer lies in the fact that this kind of human bond is very private and open. Most people see closeness as a place where they can trust, feel safe, and connect with someone deeply. That's where we let everyone see us fully, without masks or shields. People who are narcissists know how important this weakness is and see it as a chance to take control. By getting into this private part of your life, they have unrestricted access to your fears, wants, and doubts. They use this access to their advantage by using charm to get you to give them what they want, guilt to keep you on board, and shame to make you lose confidence in your own abilities. By using these strategies together, they make a strong mix of confusion and dependence that keeps your mind on them and the relationships they've set up. There's always something more going on behind what narcissists say and do, so every contact with them feels like it has a hidden meaning. In close relationships, this feeling of being manipulated stands out even more. In these situations, they often act in a way that is a planned mix of controlling and luring. On the one hand, they might use charm and allure to make you feel wanted and close to them, giving you the impression of being close, which is very exciting. However, once they have your attention, they change the link into something that makes you feel bad, confused, or even less human. You are always unsure of what to do because of this emotional shock. You are trying to balance the times of love with the feelings of shame and doubt they leave behind. This kind of trickery has very bad effects on people's minds. Nasty people try to hurt your sense of self through your personal life, which makes you start to doubt your own reality. You might always be judging their actions and wondering what they're trying to say, trying to make sense of the mixed messages they send. To make things worse, you may start to feel the guilt and shame they are projecting onto you. This can lead to bothersome, obsessive thoughts that you feel like you can't get rid of. These thoughts usually have to do with how worthy you are, what you want, or even who you are. They keep you stuck in a loop of self-blame and confusion. Because of this, you become deeply emotionally dependent on them, which makes them more powerful over you and keeps your attention on them instead of your own health and healing. This kind of influence is especially sneaky because it changes what it means to be close. If you're close to a narcissist, it stops being a place of comfort, connection, and mutual respect, and turns into a battleground where their need for control meets with your need for honesty and trust. They take every encounter as a chance to make you doubt your own abilities, making you feel unworthy and needing their approval. At some point, this will make it harder for you to trust both them and yourself. You might start to doubt your thoughts, choices, and even your ability to have good relationships when they aren't around. The narcissist's manipulation is meant to keep you stuck in this loop, which makes it hard to break free. Their moves are not random or unintentional. They are planned and intentional attempts to keep power over you. Because they are going after such a personal part of your identity, they make sure that their effect goes deeper into your thoughts, feelings, and sense of self. Realizing this pattern is the first thing that you need to do to take back your freedom and fix the parts of yourself that they have harmed through influence. Healing, on the other hand, takes time, support, and a determination to find the parts of yourself that they tried to hide. When a narcissist tries to control your closeness, it can be very upsetting and confusing. But it's important to remember that their actions say more about them than about you. Their need to be in charge comes from their own insecurities and failure to make real connections, not from something wrong with you. Understanding the tricks they play on you and how they affect your mind will help you start to break free from their control. As you learn more about yourself and heal, you take a step away from the control they want to have over you. This gives you back your sense of self and your ability to have real, meaningful interactions. There is a deep spiritual side to this kind of trickery that can't be ignored. When someone changes how you think about love, closeness, and relationship on purpose, they're not just messing with your mind. They're attacking your soul. Being manipulated in this way shakes you to the core, sending shockwaves through your body, mind, and spirit. A lot of the time, narcissists are chaos creators, carrying energies that upset balance and test your inner peace. Their appearance can be like a storm, making you feel uneasy in every way. Because they attack you spiritually, it's very important to know how they do it, spot their patterns, and take steps to protect yourself from their impact. It's just as important to protect your spirit as it is to protect your mind and body, because the damage they do often leaves scars that take a long time to heal. One of a narcissist's most important skills is the ability to cause doubt and confusion, which can lead to repetitive thought patterns like sexual OCD. It's not a coincidence that they act this way. It's a planned strategy. It is very easy for narcissists to change reality to suit their own wants, and they do this in very private and bothersome ways. They might accuse you of things you haven't done, which could make you feel guilty and make you question your own abilities. They might imply that your emotions or wants are wrong, which could make you question your morals and honesty. When they try to control you, they often cross lines in small but noticeable ways that make you feel uncomfortable and uncertain about yourself. All of these things are meant to throw off your sense of reality, making you question your experiences and depend on them for support. For example, you might find yourself thinking about every word, movement, and moment from the past with them, trying to figure out if you misunderstood what they meant or acted in a way that was wrong. One of the main signs of sexual OCD is this never-ending loop of ruminating. People with this disorder have unwanted, repetitive thoughts about sexual topics. Because the narcissist wants you to have these thoughts, they do things that make them stronger and keep you emotionally and mentally preoccupied. By making you question and fear everything, they know they can keep you from seeing the bigger picture, which is their harmful behavior and the harm they're doing. This distraction is perfect for them because it keeps you emotionally tied to them and stops you from totally challenging or breaking free from their control. When you think about how holy love and closeness are, these strategies have an even bigger spiritual effect. For many, these parts of life are strongly linked to their spirituality and stand for trust, openness, and a sense of being connected to God. When a narcissist plays with these holy parts of you, they're not just breaking the rules, they're also fighting a mental and spiritual war. They make you confused, which makes it harder for you to trust yourself and your gut. This makes you feel cut off from both other people and your inner self. After some time, being cut off from them can make you feel very empty, or like you've lost something important in your life, like they've taken a piece of your spirit and held it back. Narcissists use the fact that your intimate life is very private to strengthen their power over you as they try to take control. They use weakness as a weapon, making it into a way to control people instead of connect with them. When someone twists closeness and trust in this way, it can make you feel like you're stuck in a web of emotional and spiritual turmoil. The obsessive thoughts and worries they've planted may keep coming back to haunt you, making you feel uneasy and dependent even when you try to distance yourself. These bothersome thoughts are not only draining, but they also keep reminding you of their power, which makes it even harder to get back your peace and independence. To break free from the circle of narcissistic manipulation, you need to be mentally and spiritually strong. In real life, the first step is to figure out the narcissist's overt and covert ways of controlling you. Being aware of this is important for getting back the mental clarity that their impact has taken away. Therapy can be very helpful because it gives you a safe place to work through your feelings and come up with ways to take back control of your thoughts and actions. Meditation and writing in a journal are examples of mindfulness practices that can help you stay in the present moment and separate the narcissist's controlling behavior from your real life. Another important step is to set clear limits. These limits not only make it harder for the narcissist to get into your life, but they also make you more determined to keep your mental and emotional health safe. Every time you set and stick to these limits, you show that you respect yourself and your freedom. On a more emotional level, breaking free means getting in touch with who you really are. Most of the time, a narcissist's tricks are meant to make you lose your confidence, sense of purpose, and connection to your own values. You need to take steps to rebuild your inner world to fight this. Think about the rules and values that keep you grounded and give you peace. These are the facts that can't be changed and will always be there for you. Do things that are good for your soul, like meditation, prayer, or spending time in nature. These times of bonding can help you remember how valuable you are and give you the strength to take back your power. To heal emotionally, you need to rebuild a relationship with yourself that is based on love, acceptance, and being yourself. Fighting a narcissist's impact isn't just about getting your mind back on track. It's a deep battle for your soul. Chaos is what narcissists love, and their methods are meant to make you doubt yourself, question your feelings, and lose touch with who you really are. They want to make you confused instead of sure of yourself, so that you will always need their support and validation. But their strategies can be beaten, no matter how well they plan them. When you realize that their actions are planned attempts to make things unstable and take control, you get back the power they worked so hard to take away. Knowing why they do what they do is the first step, but taking action to protect yourself is what turns that knowledge into freedom. There are some problems with this process. There may be times when doubt or losses make the emotional toll feel too heavy to bear. Still, every little step forward is a win. Getting back control of your life after being manipulated is a brave and persistent journey that brings out the strength the narcissist tried to hide in you. You take away their power over you with each limit you set, each therapy session you go to, each mindful breath you take, and each act of self-compassion you do. You're not just breaking free. You're building a life that you can shape however you want, led by your truth and inner peace. It's important to know that you are not the only one going through this as we shut down. Narcissists can be very manipulative, but many people have dealt with them and come out better and more resilient than before. They showed us what is possible by telling their stories of success. Yours can be read. You are strong, smart, and brave enough to make it through this trip and get back to knowing who you are. No matter how painful your events were, they don't make you who you are. The thing that makes you unique is your resolve to get past them and make a future that shows how valuable and capable you are. If this word spoke to you, you might want to share it with others who might need it. By liking, following, and sharing this content, you help build a community of strength and resilience. A place where people can support and encourage each other as they face these problems. We can break the circle of isolation that narcissistic manipulation often causes by working together to make a place where people feel supported and understood. Thanks for giving us a chance to talk, and for taking a step toward getting your power and peace back. Remember that each step you take on your trip is important. Protect your mental and spiritual